If you look up there, it says the choice of professionals. And we like to say that we are kind of the speaker brand, the choice. When any movie director goes into his studio, they select M&K sound speakers.
Yeah, well, it was basically based because they had to invent a subwoofer back in the 70s. And that the whole thing of being the inventor of the subwoofer created the basis for M&K Sound, Miller and Chrysler. That's the connection we've had for many years with the pro business, and it worked very well. Based out of California, US, until the mid-2000, where unfortunately they went bankrupt. And Lars and myself thought that it was a great history, a lot of DNA in the film history, in the sound design and engineering. So we took it over and continued the legacy.
Great. And what can you tell us about this ISE? Or what did you bring to Amsterdam for novelties or innovations?
Well, first of all we have our own little private apartment where we try to show the best of the best. And behind us we have a full Dolby Atmos system, 11 channels, 7.1.4, using multiple subwoofers, using our new in-wall architectural speakers, the IW950. In the front we're using the S300, which is our premium, our highest end speaker. And then we are partnering up with some of the best, good amplifiers from Acros in the US. We have a JVC projector. And we also have some friends from Denmark, which is DNP screens, which is handling the image up there.
So, but these are all new. Which speakers are?
It's fairly new. I mean, it's all within 1 year.
Okay.
So we had the premiere last year at ISE, but now it's ready. It's in production and shipping worldwide.
And where you're standing in between you is the X series.
Yeah. Top of the line subwoofer series, push-pull, 2 active drivers in there, out of phase. Control and accuracy and speed is keywords for us.
That's your claim to fame, right? Speed in subwoofers.
Yes.
Speed and accuracy and no distortion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the secret of the speed? Because that's really a major problem to get a sub that is that stands out to mid and high.
Yeah. Well, first of all, we are not we're not so into how many watt it delivers, because it really doesn't matter. What we're into is precision and the feel and the power it delivers. And if you take analogy, you could take a car engine. Mm-hmm. Everybody's very interested in horsepower, but really what really counts is torque and how it's delivered. And it's a little bit the same with us. We really don't care how many horsepower it has, but we do care about what the feel is, what it delivers. And this is our top of the line.
That's what Rolls-Royce also does. They never do the specs on horsepower.
It had enough, right?
So you're the Rolls-Royce of the sub?
We're definitely among some of the best subwoofers that you can get in the market.
And there's some Dutch in your active speakers.
Yes, there is.
We're using the Hypex.
Which one?
So which model? We don't know that.
No, okay.
But it's based on Hypex. So everything we do with the power is done in a Hypex digital mode, and everything with the analog audio is done in an analog mode.
And what is because is it still? Would you consider it still an American speaker brand?
Yeah, the brand.
Why?
That's where we are born, and you can never change that, right? You're only born once.
So if you would explain to, let's say, Trump, America first. Why is M&K America first while it's located in Denmark of all places?
Yeah, but I mean,
tell him.
Ownership and location is not necessarily where the brand, what image the brand has. And you see a number of companies that are owned by Taiwanese or Europeans or whatever
Korean.
that are Korean,
Yeah.
that are still European or American brands. The fact that we are Danish adds something, and if you look at the history of M&K, all the drivers, historically, all of the drivers came from Denmark. Denmark has a huge tradition of doing loudspeakers. It was kind of, you could say, going back home. This was 10, 15 years ago. Now everything, not everything, but a majority of production of drivers and unit speakers have been moved to China, and now they are running with that.
Yes.
However, if you want to find really high-end, very high-end, we still have some manufacturing in Denmark, and that's the units that we're using in our top of the line. And over the next couple of years, you might see them in some of our other series. Yeah.
But a good example, for example, is you know the big company Harman, purchased by a Korean company. Harman is still American.
Yes.
Bang & Olufsen, you know, sold some of their business to the Americans, but Bang & Olufsen probably still is Danish.
Volvo.
Volvo, Saab, whatever.
Yeah. Or Saab is
So
bankrupt.
there's a lot of good examples that owners can sit somewhere,
Yeah.
and the brand heritage or legacy is still where it's come from.
So your claim to fame is also, I think, the companies that use M&K. Could you tell us about, you know, you don't even have to brag about it because it's true. It's true. It's true.
It's true. Yeah. We don't
It's the
normally brag. We used to call it we're the best kept secret. But yes, we have a huge footprint in the professional industry. Obviously, the movie industry is where you've seen a huge development in sound format and sound processing. And we are there. We are with THX, we are with Dolby, we are with Disney Studios.
Some 10 years ago, we started to supply a lot of speakers to an address in San Francisco, which turns out to be David Dolby, the son of Ray Dolby. And that actually turned out to be the birth of Dolby Atmos. There are approximately 35 channels in his private house, which he played with. And actually at that time, Dolby Atmos, the name was not even designed or born. And that was the birthplace of Dolby Atmos, and it's all used by M&K sound speakers on the S150 speakers.
And they still use it as a reference.
That's still his personal, private cinema, only open for family and friends.
And can you tell about Sony?
Sony, yeah, well.
About the 2 floors that are...
So Sony Pictures made a new administration building, and we were very happy. We have a good relationship with Sony Pictures, even though they supply, manufacture their own brand, Sony loudspeakers. We were still the chosen speaker to go into the administration, to gaming, entertainment, music. So a majority of the rooms there are equipped with M&K loudspeakers.
Good. Well, we will test M&K shortly in Alpha Audio.
Thank
So,
you. We look forward to that.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
You too.
Look forward.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you for having us in Amsterdam.
Yes, of course.